Hope y'all doing alright today. It's a nice Sunday afternoon. Me and Danielle's gonna do a little cooking. We're talking about today's video. And we're gonna cook some shrimp and crawfish poboys on the Blackstone. And I'm gonna go over some stuff on some limb lines. Today's video was on limb lines and bank poles. And hope y'all enjoyed that. If y'all hadn't and y'all see this video, y'all go back and check it out. It's a good one. We put a lot of time and effort into that video. Fishing conditions was tough. The river's high right now, but we made it happen. Yeah, that's the way we are. It's what we do. But we're gonna go over some limb line stuff. Probably gonna make some up in this live. Show y'all how we make them. I think I'll drop a lot of people watch the lives and don't watch regular videos, or watch regular videos, don't watch shorts, this, that, and the other. So I think we're going to drop a short and semi-long, she looking at me crazy, semi-long video. Thank you, Eric. We can change that though, right? Anyways, I'm going to drop a video just compacted probably this week of just making how to make a limb line, what you need to go and fish limb lines, bank poles. Start doing some of those and dropping those maybe in the middle of the week. But appreciate y'all joining us. We're gonna still got a little bit of running around, kind of set this up last minute because I'm working right now, working nights. So, but anyways, we got the boat in the background. We got the Blackstone set up. Y'all gonna see us adjusting some cameras and stuff. Hopefully y'all can hear us good and all of that good stuff. I don't know, can we zoom in and out on this or not?
We'll have to turn it around.
Nope. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. Alright. We
Turn around button.
are gonna turn this around.
Hit that button.
I got my instructional person right here.
button.
Y'all check this out.
There we go.
Alright, now let's set it up. You go over there.
You even forgot the propane bottles. We ain't doing nothing on this Blackstone yet.
Hey, we fly by the seat of our britches a little bit around here sometimes.
Right here is where you're sitting.
Yeah, but stand up. I'm trying to get it to where if we stand up and talk, we're not like cutting the top of our heads off
That's okay.
and all of that stuff. Y'all can see I got my limb line buckets down there. I'll try to go over some of that in this live and show y'all a little bit of that. We'll get this phone adjusted here in a minute. Howdy, Luke. You watched today's video? We're actually going to do poboys again. There was catfish poboys and sorry about the phone, y'all. I'll get this ready here in a minute. Alright. Slide that ice chest over there. I think you're gonna have to set yours up for the questions.
That's what I'm working on.
We're gonna make some shrimp and crawfish poboys on the Blackstone.
I'm watching.
Give us a second to hook this propane up. Then you'll see we ain't cooking nothing without propane, and I agree. Hope y'all can hear us fine. I don't know, the only thing we got out here is this. Maybe
We have microphones, but yeah.
Yeah, I gotta get an extender. My microphone, I guess we could have took the cover off of it and done it. It's too late now, ain't it?
We're not gonna do that right now.
Y'all can hear Danielle okay? Trying the po' boys tonight, Joe? Yeah, you won't regret them. Hey, Joe, don't forget those squash fries on them po' boys. So, the one thing we ain't got, Danielle, is a platter or something.
Yeah, stay there.
Y'all let us know in the comments, because this is a different distance than what we're normally doing when I'm cleaning the fish and stuff. So y'all let me know, can y'all hear us fine and all that in the comments. Losing my mind here. I gotta get a lighter real quick. Alright, now I think we're good. We're gonna cook first. But y'all can see right there, we got our limb lines and we got some fixing to do on all this. And I'm thinking about going again this week. So I'm gonna show y'all a little bit about.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. How we set our limb lines up and all. Oh, the tartar sauce, or oh, you got it already.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this wind won't mess us up on this. You know what?
Nope.
Maybe you're right. Sometimes it don't.
Yeah, turn on.
Get some.
Hopefully.
Probably the wind.
We'll get this.
Yeah, we're gonna get there in a minute. Did they say they can hear us fine?
Yes, they can hear us just fine. John said bluegill about to go on beds, caught 65 red ears last Saturday.
Yeah, we're behind on. Hey, see me standing up right here.
Quit moving.
Can you see that on there?
Yeah.
You see the top of my hand coming up,
Quit moving.
top of my head off?
Yeah, I'm watching it. Hold on, because it's kind of behind. Yeah, it's got your top of your head.
Need to go up just a little bit.
Sure. Yeah.
Alright, sorry about that, y'all. I don't know. We'll get there in a minute.
It takes a minute.
That squash,
Yeah,
that squash is
fries
amazing.
are good.
That's my favorite. We tried the sweet potato fries, everything else, all the different kind of potatoes. Tell you kind of where we at on potatoes is in what's in the goldies or whatever they're called.
Yeah, Noah got us hooked on the golden potato.
Golden potatoes, those are the best. And then the squash fries or slice. It's just easy to use that fry chopper. It's just so fast and easy. But yeah, we're gonna saute up a little onion. We got some onion that's gonna go in the on the po' boys. All I'm doing is just put a little butter on my Blackstone here.
Oakley's laying down here with us. But Bradley's got the camera on. She's like, I'm here.
We just got some diced up onion that's going on there. I don't like raw onions at all, so I'm gonna saute my onions first. Seeing the questions and stuff.
Yep.
We've got some, I would say fresh shrimp, but they are out of our freezer. These are shrimp we caught last year. We should be going back to South Louisiana. Shrimping season's gonna open.
John actually answered Richard, but Richard said, is there a particular reason you throw back blues or just a personal preference?
No.
That in the video that particular day, we had already agreed we didn't want blues.
Yeah, we agree. A lot of times we're like rushing, trying to get these videos and stuff made, and the part y'all didn't see in the video is we had nets in the river too, and we had like 7 nets in the river, and we knew we was going to catch some fish in the nets, and we also had high water We thought we were going to have to pull some nets up. We ended up pulling up all of them because the water was so high. And physically, with that much current, you get a little fish or one of the nets gets hung up, you can't get it up. And we really struggled with that. Caught some of it on film. Y'all probably see, next week's video is going to be a net run video. Maybe like the last 2 net runs. We've actually filmed 2 net runs that we haven't put a video out on. And the process of us shooting the limb line video, we was actually running nets at the same time. So it was too much footage and too long to put it in one video, so we divided it up into 2. And you got to talk louder.
I was saying that I was glad we ended up picking them up Sunday.
We ended up, we would have had way too many fish to dress with the amount of fish we caught. If early in the year, or if we want some catfish steaks, if we want some blue cat, or if we feeding a bunch of people and we need to keep more fish, we'll keep some blues. I typically pick out the smaller ones, but because we don't keep, I'm not saying you can't eat it, but we don't keep a lot of the belly meat off of the blue cats. So to us, if we're going to keep a bunch of big blues, it's just kind of a waste. Not because we don't eat them, we do eat them. We got some in the freezer right now, we're going to fry them and eat them. But it's just a personal preference deal. We knew we had a lot going on, and me and Danielle agreed that we wasn't going to keep no blues that day. And,
yeah, that was Sunday, and it ended up being a blessing that we did.
Yeah, we actually finished that video Easter morning, so that was another reason too. Had company in and out of the house that weekend, and we just had too much going on.
Yeah.
Had other things happen this week, and not gonna get into that, but glad we took the nets up. And you know, everybody sees the videos. What they don't see is you still got to go to work. You know, we don't make very little money on YouTube. It's not what people think. The realistic people are the ones that actually do the YouTube. They know. Not going to discuss that, but we do it to save the kind of preserve what we're doing. That's the main reason. Pass it on to somebody else, and you know, what little payback we get out of it is mostly through y'all's comments.
Milas loves watching them.
Yeah, Milas' grandson watches every video, and I don't know how you keep a 1-year-old's attention, but he seems to, I guess he watches the whole video for the most part. So he'll watch us, so that makes it worth doing. I don't know if I can hear you. You ain't talking very loud. We're gonna have to get those microphones set up.
You're talking loud for us.
Can order me one of those extenders off of. I have.
Mike says hi. He's from Washington, Indiana. Lee says hi. Paul says hi.
Appreciate y'all putting in the comments where y'all from. Kind of helps us get an idea where the video's getting out to. I always like seeing the other states. Everything, most of what we do is in the South, so. Huh?
I said we'll have to work on those microphones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once we're done cooking, we can move the phone up.
Rob says, love y'all. You're like my family, and dude, you're lucky to have a wife like you have. I've had 3, none like her. Aw.
She's my 4th, so.
Whatever. Paul's from Chicago.
Took me 4 to get it right.
Erica's anecdotes. Joe says, ever catch any blues in Lake Jarbone? Don't think I've ever caught anything but channel cat.
I've had several people say that they've caught blues in Darbone, and seemed like one time we caught one or two small ones in I think a slack trap, if I remember right. But I ain't 100% sure, Joe. You know, you don't see one time, and we used to bow fish Darbone hardly, and never seen any buffalo at all. And one time fishing up Pointy Creek, we caught a 30-pound buffalo in a hoop net. And that could have been one somebody released. It could have been one come from up Pointy Creek. Who knows? I mean, it was a big one, so he could have been in there since buffalo live a long time. It could have been there since the lake was made. You know, that was probably in the 90s when I caught that buffalo. But I can't say for sure I've seen a blue in Darbone. Now, there's other lakes around that are slam full of blues. Lake Erling has a ton of blues in it. A lot of what you'll catch up there fishing for catfish on noodles and stuff. I think that'd be a good video, Joe. I think me and you might need to go to Erling and do a catfish noodling video up there maybe.
Misty says hi. She's from Arkansas. Luke is from Texas.
See, Misty was from Arkansas.
Powers.
We spend a lot of our time in Arkansas. That's where our hunting lease is. We do a lot of fishing in Arkansas. Kind of far
Crunchy
from.
Cracker says, how's it going?
How long's Crunchy Cracker been on here? He's been commenting a lot in the videos and stuff the last few weeks. He must have just found us not too long ago.
Richard is from Alabama. Joe says, absolutely, I'm in.
Let's go do it, Joe.
Okay.
You had to sneak away from Amy, and I can always go when Danielle's at work.
I don't know if this is.
I was joking about the fourth wife deal. Danielle's not the fourth wife. For the ones that didn't know.
Amy said she and Dee want to go. See, Bentley was behind.
Who?
Amy, Joe said Amy said that me and her want to go.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Can't leave us behind.
guess we had to go on the weekend, man. Danielle said I'll leave her behind. I'll be looking for my fifth wife.
Okay, I don't know, is it this name? I don't want to mess up there. It's an outdoors.
Eric Grammar.
Outdoors?
Yeah.
Caught a 30-pound buffalo trolling here in Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin. And
What was you trolling for?
that was
I don't know
the
much.
Eric.
Stripers maybe? Trolling for stripers or walleye or something?
Leslie said, went to Walmart to get some crayfish to eat, and 2 pounds was $27 in Arkansas.
I believe it. Crawfish has been high for 2 years now. And the
He
crawfish,
was fishing for walleye.
walleye,
Yeah.
yeah, walleye's on my to-do list. Everybody says it's the best eating fish. I've never eat it. We've only ever caught one. We caught it here in Louisiana. And there's a video on it. It was caught in a hoop net.
Hey, Megan.
Nobody said Walleye Fisheries has no reports of a walleye ever being caught in Louisiana. And we was thinking game fish, so we turned it loose to be legal. Then the game warden said, oh, you could have kept it because it's not regulated in the state of Louisiana. And I'll kid y'all not, this walleye was this big around and like that long. He wasn't super long, but he was super around and fat, like probably an 8 or 9 pound walleye. No doubt, they thought it was a sauger at first, sent the pictures to Arkansas, their biologist identified it as a walleye. Not sure, it must have got through the locks and dams. I know there's some been caught like in the Columbia area. That's a good bit north up the river from us, but it had to got through Felsenthal lock and dams. So, not sure how that structure works, that dam system works, but somehow or another one got through there.
Just so everybody knows, we got Peanut back.
Yeah.
We can't let her out because
Going in with the shrimp.
she'll go after squirrels.
I'm gonna put a little more butter on there first.
Yeah, we got shrimp and crawfish.
That's our crawfish. That's just
A pound.
a pound bought. That's bought crawfish. We caught the shrimp. I did catch some crawfish this week, and we've got a little footage of that. Wasn't a great trip, but we caught enough to have a little crawfish boil, and we peeled them. I don't want to ruin the surprise too much because it may come out in the video, but I think we'll do something different. Maybe a crawfish pie of sorts. What do y'all think about that? Y'all let us know. But that's kind of what we're looking at on that crawfishing video. Got some Tonys. Just gonna put some Tonys on this. Got our garlic powder, just regular garlic powder.
Rob is from Kentucky. Let's see. Lee is from Baton Rouge. Richard tried a recipe. Which recipe did you try?
Tried one of our recipes.
Yeah, he tried one of our recipes and it was amazing.
All of them are good. We wouldn't show them if they wasn't.
Eric said you can catch thousands of them buffalo up here. They're giants. Come and get them.
Buffalo's fine eating. Surely y'all eat them up there.
Luke said yes on the crawfish pie. That sounds delicious. John says, I wish we had y'all's bread for po' boys. Hard living in Missouri, wishing you were in Louisiana. Ours just came from work.
Yeah, ours is just these po' boy buns. It's a Wonder brand, but we got a lot of these breads companies around here, manufacturers, and it's just it's just a regular po' boy bun. Surely maybe you can order those from somewhere. I'm not sure on that.
Oakley said you could have dropped it. I would have tried it for you.
On these plates.
Thanks.
Plates and a spreading knife. You can go ahead and
Eric said nobody eats buffalo here. It's junk fish.
really,
Is it different?
it's not junk fish.
Come on back. He's in Wisconsin, so would they look different?
Highly recommend take some of those buffalo in
They
the.
eat walleye, perch, and bluegill.
Highly recommend take you a buffalo in the 5 to 10 pound range. Look at one of our videos. Let me see that so I can. How'd you have it on there? 5 to 10 pound range buffalo. Go over our videos on how to clean them. You can cut some boneless strips out. Highly recommend trying that buffalo. At least cut the ribs out of some and try the ribs. trick's gonna be lighting this other up. Oh, the lighter things ain't. There it went. Did work. But I'm gonna turn that on low. You know what I might need? I might hopefully get back.
Oh, I didn't bring one.
It might
Richard
open.
said, the sauce, onion, bell pepper, celery, bacon, heavy whipping cream, Tony's, and garlic powder. That sauce was
Oh,
amazing.
the fish and grits. What he's talking about.
Joe says the ribs are excellent. Sometimes cook them as an appetizer. Yes, they are good hot. Very good. A knife?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I got them. Sometimes them buns kind of stick together, but I got them. That was hot.
Oh, please drop a piece.
Not a chance, girl. We like our Blackstone. Hadn't cooked on this thing in a while, y'all. Been kind of missing it. Not sure why. We just hadn't been cooking on the rocket stove a lot lately.
Scott says, I want to try to smoke some flathead belly. I want to try carp.
I'm gonna tell you on the flatheads. I've grilled them before, and that may be a recipe we can do in the future. Is grilled flatheads. It's good. I really like the fillet part myself on the grill better than I do the belly. I don't know. I like the belly meat fried. The belly meat will stay together, but it'll. I don't want to say rubbery because it don't get that tough, but it's not tough. It's good on the grill. What we always did was marinate it in Italian and Dale's, and then just throw it on the grill, sprinkle Tony's or something, whatever Cajun seasoning over it, and don't ever flip it. That's how we always cooked it. What I do want to try is smoking some buffalo. We have never done that. Maybe if we can get our nets back in and we catch another buffalo or two, that might be something we play with, is trying to either grill or smoke some buffalo. Never tried that. Always wanted to.
Boys, Keister, Marion,
Yeah.
they watch her.
Boyce Keister?
Yeah.
That's Brandon's daddy.
Aw.
Brandon Keister?
Yep.
Brandon's daddy. He's on there now?
Yep.
How you doing, boys? Glad y'all watched.
Have you ever tried smoked scar?
I have not tried smoked guard. They do it a lot down south, and that's something we want to try, but I have not tried.
We tried garbo. You want me to open it? It's just nice.
About done. Shrimp crawfish.
You guys are wonderful. I watch you all the time and love you. I am Martin from Arkansas. What's up, Martin?
Appreciate it, Martin. Hopefully y'all
Taylor
seen,
there.
huh?
Taylor.
Who?
Taylor.
Bernard.
Yep.
Hope y'all seen today's video. If y'all hadn't, y'all gonna want to see it. It's pretty
I
good.
like the landline videos. I catch my own rod and reel and love all the cooking
That's something we're gonna try to do too, is add some a little more. I mean, we got so much content here in North Louisiana, and then with our traveling down south and out of state, the hog trapping, it keeps us busy. We want to do some different stuff, like rod and reel fishing and stuff like that we do, but I've never done a lot of catfish on rod and reel fishing, but we're eventually going to add some of that, maybe this summer. I'm actually working on a project in the next couple of weeks, adding something to the boat for us to pull our shrimp trawls, and I'm going to double that as something I can make a rail with, maybe put some rod holders up there where we can anchor in the river and fish catfish out the back of the boat. Girl, this is ready.
Kathy is from Georgia. Augusta, Georgia. You guys are amazing. Good.
You ready for your cheese?
Sure.
Or you want to put your
Want to eat it?
I was gonna put the tartar sauce. Y'all see in that video?
That's the only kind of tartar sauce we use.
That was the video today that we did the po' boys in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today's video, if y'all hadn't seen it, it's got the po' boys at the end. Catfish, and I put squash fries on mine, but that,
They said smoked or tastes like jerky.
smoked gar.
Yeah.
If you smoke gar, what do you?
Said the next time we're down there to get some.
If you smoke gar, which we're gonna try to shoot some gar videos this year. But if you smoke gar, did you marinate it in anything, or how did you season it? That's my question. Hey, where's that? Did you bring a knife?
No, you told me you didn't need it.
Oh yeah.
Need
That's
it?
all right.
I closed mine. I'll try not to get up and get in the way.
Here. You open that.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Y'all check it out. Look at that right there. Maybe y'all can see that. You got your lettuce in there too.
Yeah. I'm good.
You couldn't open that.
No, I couldn't. Crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I mean, Oakley was like, please drop me a piece.
Should be 2 pieces. No, I'm not eating no lettuce. I don't eat lettuce.
I love a salad. Here, you want this piece? Only needed one.
Got one?
Yep.
Didn't get no paper towels either.
It's okay, we can use our sleeve. Don't let Oakley get it. Come here, Oakley.
Pretty simple. What'd that take? 10, 15 minutes? Look at that. I don't eat lettuce and tomato. I do eat tomato, but I eat them by themselves. I don't eat anything green raw at all. Need yours cut? Oh, you already broke it.
I broke it. Say blessing.
Yep.
Sit.
Y'all see we do turn the thanks over our food too. What do we think this food actually did for our body? Thank you for letting us be able to come over here and enjoy this. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
maybe it's worth eating.
Most gonna be good either way.
I'm not even a big tartar sauce person. I don't know why I like tartar sauce on the potables.
I love tartar.
But I don't. I do eat it a little bit on my fried fish, but not a lot. Not as much as Danielle does.
Okay.
Still got a fork.
Well, we need a fork for it. I'll pick it up for you.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to catch up. You guys are great. My parents live in Farmville. My great-grandparents work on Farmville. And when my grandparents died, my parents moved to your town. Farmville's getting big.
Yeah, Farmville's a lot more crowded than it used to be. The lake's really developed. There's a lot of housing around the lakes. Used to, it was trees and timber all around the lake. You don't even hardly see that no more.
Okay, what is your favorite bait to use for a flathead? Mudcat. It is now mudcat.
My favorite bait's always whatever they'll eat. And I'm not saying that sarcastically at all. That's just a fact. Whatever I think I can catch them on. That said, we're going to use whatever bait we got. If we don't have nothing but cut bait, we're going to put out limb lines, put cut bait on there and catch blues. You know, if you can come up with live brim, bluegill, it really doesn't matter what kind. Any live bait that's legal in your state is definitely good for a flathead. They'll eat any of them.
Okay. Let's see. Scott said marinate in Dale's and season with Slap Your Mama. Kathy said her nephew smokes gar after soaking it in pickle juice.
I've heard the pickle juice thing before. I don't know where, but I've heard that before. When y'all say smoked gar, y'all smoking it on a pit, or y'all smoking it like smoked in a smokehouse, like we do our sausage? That's what I thought about doing in like
The Tahatsu 40. Is it a really dependable motor? Do you have any problems with it? That's on our swallow. Yeah.
All right, the honest truth about the Tahatsu, because I can say what I want. We're not sponsored by them. Josh has a 25, don't he? Ain't his a Tahatsu?
I think so.
Very dependable. When we bought our Tahatsu, the brand new one missed a lot. I'm not sure why. They said it was just the way they were. I didn't buy it. I didn't believe it. I done paid the money for the Tahatsu. Had the guys where I bought it look at it. It would miss just a... Everybody said Tahatsu wanted to run wide open. Well, when you open it up, it didn't miss at all. When you was on the idle, it would just spit, just kind of miss and jump. It would lunge and jerk. Tahatsu sent us another motor, corrected the issue, and we haven't had any trouble since. And we've been running that boat since. I bought the boat used out of Arkansas, out of Fordyce, Arkansas. Put the 40 horse Tahatsu on it, and we've been running it since 2009 or 2010. So you're looking 15 years that we've run that boat like that. And I'm not real good on maintenance. I run the fire out of my stuff, and it gets run hard. Y'all see that? And normally when I'm going somewhere, unless it's trees and bad conditions, I've got it gap wide open.
Not whenever I'm running it.
But that's the fuel and oil injected 2-stroke. It's not a 4-stroke, so you can't even get that motor anymore unless you buy a used one. It runs hard, it runs fast, it likes the high end of the RPMs. still, if the spark plugs get fouled a little bit or something, it'll miss. Like right now, we haven't changed the spark plugs in 2 years. I need to change the spark plugs because it's going to miss them a little bit at idle. What we see in it, and it's probably a oil mixture issue, is if you go to doing a lot of slow idling like yo-yos, limb lines, just idling, putting around, I think it carbons up those spark plugs, and that may be with other motors too, I'm not sure. But with that 2-stroke, it'll kind of carbon those, it kind of fouls those spark plugs. They won't go completely out, but it'll start missing. So I need to change the spark plugs. Do I got any worries about it? No, because if I don't change them this week and we go to the river, I'm gonna gap it open and go. As far as I can tell, pretty dependable motors. I don't hear any complaints about them. The new 4-strokes, my nephew's got a 25 4-stroke, and I hadn't heard him say anything bad about it. If I was gonna buy another one, I get the lemon thing happens. I don't really hold that against them. There was something just not right with the injection system or something on that motor. They made it right, no problem, no questions asked. Took the boat down there, they took that one off, put the new one on, and it is what it is. Stuff like that happens. I'd buy another one.
Let's see. Scott says smokehouse or pit, seasoned with sweet dry rub, and it's awesome. Makes a good smoked fish dip mixed with some cream cheese or pimento cheese. Ooh, pimento cheese is good. I love that. And then Sam Bob said, I've seen you fish in Arkansas before. Have you fished Grand Lake in Arkansas?
Have not fished Grand Lake. Want to, been looking at Grand Lake, been thinking about it. I'm gonna be honest with you on the crappie, that's what we love to do. That's one of our top 3 things to go and do is crappie fish. Whatever reason, crappie fishing don't pull views on YouTube. And if we spend a lot of time doing crappie videos, and we're going to do crappie videos, probably going to be another one come out in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But if we don't rotate some catfishing in and bluegill fishing, something like that, and we try to do crappie, if we try to do crappie and bass, our channel would be half the size it is. That's a fact. There's top 10 crappie fishermen out there with crappie channels trying to make a go on YouTube, and it's not going to happen. Unless something happens and they get lucky and get a viral video that blows their channel up.
Says I love crappie, catfish, brim, anything.
That's two.
Yeah, we do too. We do it all. Y'all see more of the catfish because, I mean, if we're gonna do it, it already don't pay back like what it should. You know, I've said numerous times, we don't really hide too much, but 5 years into doing this, February was 5 years, and we're, you know, what YouTube pays, we haven't broke in the green yet. We're still in the red. We obviously, if you get paid from YouTube, you have to file taxes on it. So obviously we're gonna have our tax write-offs and stuff, and I'm telling y'all, after the tax write-offs, we're still in the red. So,
We do it for fun.
yeah, we do it. We've always done this, so if YouTube ever got to where it covered our expenses, that's obviously a plus. It allows us a little more comfort to go and do this stuff, or maybe go to another state or go the extra mile and get some good footage for y'all. The trips to South Louisiana, I'm just being honest, we could probably, before YouTube, afford what, 1 or 2 trips down there a year, and if we did any more than that, we'd be taking out of our savings, and we're not going to do that. Last year we made 4, I think I made 5 trips. We did one shot of video with outside the levees, Jared over there and Adam. And then we went to South Louisiana, shot some video with Keith and Tara, went a couple times and just did our thing. Because we've always went down there anyways. I'm real familiar with South Louisiana. Spent lots of time down there. I fished a lot down there. Offshore and shrimp. And we're not going down there to South Louisiana just to do like collaboration videos. We go down there because that's part of what we was already doing. The crabbing, shrimping, all that stuff that we go down there and do, that's stuff we've done in the past already. You gotta have some input.
I don't want to interrupt you as you're talking. Okay, Grand Lake has no limit on catfish. Richard says, I made some bank poles and I'm looking forward to put them out this year on the river. Well, what are the best places to put out bank poles on a river?
Richard?
Uh,
Richard, no doubt, if you have not seen our bank pole fishing video from last year, there's one we did with Keith and Tara. That's also on their channel. That was in life. But go back and watch the one where we did the video with Mr. Jeff Jester. His son owns Opelousas bank poles, and he's probably one of the best bank pole fishermen that I know in the South. He's helped me a lot because I had done a lot of limb lines up until a couple years ago. I made some bank poles and we started playing with them. Didn't know a lot about it. Mr. Jeff's very knowledgeable. I catch on to fishing really quick. So with what I already knew about our area and what he showed me and helped with in his advice, we was able to bring our bank pole fishing up to speed like overnight, literally. You'll see that in the video with Keith and Tara because we did the trip with Mr. Jeff. We just fished one night. I think we caught 12 fish. There were some blues in the mix. A week or 2 weeks later, maybe a week later, Keith and Tara come up. We shot that video, and we had to stop fishing at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 a.m. because one, we was out of bait, but two, we couldn't get the boat on plane with 4 of us in my boat and the fish in the boat that we had in there. So it's not just rocket science, but there's a lot of tips in that video. I've seen a lot of bank pole fishing videos and shorts and clips on TikTok. I'm gonna dare to say you're probably not gonna find another bank pole fishing video that has that much information in that one video. If I was gonna start bank pole fishing, I'd watch that video with Opelousas bank poles start to finish. Kind of use that as a roadmap on how to find your sets. We go over that in that video. I'm gonna go over some stuff in a minute. If y'all are just joining us,
don't forget, hit the like button.
Yeah, hit the like button. Y'all don't leave this video without hitting that like button. But I'm gonna go over some stuff in a minute. This is limb lines that something happened to. That's our little collection from the other night, from today's video. This is like my little gear bucket. I've got my extra line, my bank pole hammer. That's something right there with Opelousas bank poles. They unscrew into 2 pieces and you can just take this, or even long homemade ones, you can drive them into the bank. There's just some stuff in here we use. There's our
on one of the videos about their website that only had some things wrong there. Yeah, but saw it.
Oh yeah, no. I'll explain that on Opelousas bank poles website. So the deal with Opelousas bank poles, I'm in constant contact with those guys. Their business is still up and running. When we made our video and Keith's and Tara's video come out, we did three bank pole fishing videos last year. Keith and Tara did one. And with those combined videos, we pulled close to 400,000 views. I think Keith and Tara's video is over 200,000 now. Anyways, Opelousas bank poles sold out of their bank poles. Alright. I don't care where you get your stuff from, it doesn't matter to me. You can go make some homemade ones. They don't care. You can go make homemade ones. What they have, you're not going to hardly find in the United States. If you could, everybody would be going and finding it. All the stuff that you get from wherever, it doesn't matter if it's Tractor Supply, you go buy some tree stakes, order them online, all of that stuff is made in China. None of it's coming from the United States. If it is, I don't know where it's manufactured at. And hopefully, I see the wind blowing the phone a little bit. Hopefully that's not wobbling too much for the video. But of course, a lot of these small businesses like this get their stuff from overseas. And y'all can only imagine what it's like trying to get stuff now with the tariff issue that's going on and all of that. I'm not going to get into the politics end of it. I know we need to build stuff in the United States. That's where I stand on it. I think 30, 40 years ago, our politicians sold us out. I said I wasn't going to get into politics end up. I guess I will. I think we all know, no matter what party you represent, our politicians on both sides have sold us out overseas. They've took they have put so many government restrictions on manufacturing till businesses could not manufacture stuff in the United States at a profit. If I can't make money, there's no need in me building anything in the United States. So, all of these goods, it doesn't matter if it says made in the U.S. or not, for the most part. Very few things are made in the U.S. Even if it is, a lot of the metals and stuff is coming from overseas. The material, a lot of it's not made here. They have to shop and find the cheapest stuff they can to be able to sell at a low price point, be competitive, and make a profit. That said, those bank poles have to be shipped from overseas, and there's like an 8-week lead time on those bank poles from them. They're not going to get into where they're getting them from. They're not going to tell you that, of course. They will be back up and running. My understanding is another 4 to 6 weeks. I know an order was put in. They didn't know they were going to sell out. When we did that video, he was sitting on a couple thousand bank poles and he sold out. So he had to reorder. Didn't have time to get them in for right now, but I'll say this. They'll have their bank poles in probably sometime in May and be back up and going. As soon as he has them in, he's going to put them on the website. Their full intentions is to sell some more. When they get those in and it goes back on the website, if I was you and I wanted those particular bank poles, I would order them as soon as they go on the website, because we don't know how many views like today's video is going to pull, and we didn't even really do that as a Opelousas bank pole fishing video because we couldn't find no banks. We took them with us, couldn't find the banks. We're going to be doing, so as soon as the river falls, we're going to be doing some Opelousas pole bank fishing videos with their poles, and obviously it's going to show you that they're jammed up and they're probably going to sell out again. So don't expect to wait until August or September thinking you're going to wait and order some bank poles and get you half a dozen. That said, I'm going to say this about the bank poles. If you don't want to fish a big scale, but you want to go out there and catch you a flathead catfish, order you half a dozen bank poles, especially if you've got access to a river to where you can kind of watch your stuff, make sure nobody steals it, or a private area that you can put some stuff like that, not get messed with. Maybe put a camera on your stuff, because I hate these thieves. If they come out there and steal my stuff, I guarantee you, I'm gonna figure out a way and I'm gonna catch them. So we try to kind of stay with our stuff pretty good and watch it. I don't tolerate people running my gear, or stealing my stuff. So with the camera systems we got now, you can set up a trail camera and catch these thieves and make them pay for it.
Joe wants to know what time of year is best for fishing bait poles.
Now.
I want to go try.
Joe Bowman?
Yep.
Now. I mean, there's just no exposed banks. Now, if you go down the river, the Monroe area, or south of there, there's plenty of banks. The river widens as it gets closer to Monroe, and you still got some steep banks down there. It's right now. Where we fish is closer to Felsenthal. There's a lot of water coming through the dam up there, and the water's backed up and it's over the river banks. You don't got nowhere to stick a bank pole. To fish bank poles, you need a 4. You got to think about this, y'all, on the bank poles. You got an 8-foot pole here. Opelousas bank poles offers a 10 when they get them in, and that's the difference maker right there. That 10 will fish a more sloping bank because you get your bait out further. I've caught flatheads on a 3-foot drop with bank poles. But what you really want is a 4 to 8 foot drop or a 10-foot drop. And say the bank is steep, like in the bend of a river where it's washing out. What you want to do is find a spot where it's not a ton of current, and it can be any kind of a break. It can be a stump. And the only reason you won't, like, you'll catch fish in the current, don't get me wrong, but it's hard to keep your bait alive in the current. So, especially as it warms up. So what you want is just enough break that fish can swim upstream long enough to get bit. Now, your bait I'm talking about. So what I look for is a little bit of a bend in the bank or something where the current kind of comes in there and hits it and rolls out, and I can get just inside that heavy current and get my bait down. And what we're looking for, we just take those poles and see, okay, like here's exposed bank. If I come out 3 foot and run an 8-foot pole down and don't hit bottom, I can drop a bait right here and he's not gonna get tangled up. If there's stuff down there, a catfish is gonna eat him. Like, you're gonna catch a catfish, but he's liable to get tangled in a root or something, and by the time you pull him loose, he might come off. So that's what you're kind of looking for, is a cleaner spot where he won't tangle up, and somewhere you can get that bait down and pick it up off the bottom a foot or two. Because, you know, these catfish are swimming that slack current. If you think about this, you got to think about where bait would be. If you was a brim or a shiner or a crawfish, you're probably not going to be in the middle of the river in the heaviest current. You're going to be up against the bank, kind of out of the current where you can hide in some brush tops and stuff like that. So if I'm a catfish and I've got to go feed, you got to think like that. Then, okay, wait, my food's up there next to the bank. So that's why the bank poles work, and I think they're more effective than trot lines, to be honest about it. Trot lines have their place, though. You can run a trot line through the backwater, like right now when the fish are scattered out, you can run a trot line through the backwater and you can get a lot of hooks in a spot that is good. So they've got their place too. Or in a lake where you can't fish bank poles, or, you know, there's no banks to fish. Some lakes have passed, I don't know, these lake commissions, gosh, they're terrible. I'm just gonna go on and
Joe
say
said,
Daniel's laughing at me, but it's politics. They come up with a new law every time you turn around, and it's pathetic. It is downright pathetic. But some lakes and stuff, you can still like attach stuff too. Our lake darbone, even if the stump's dead or whatever, you're not supposed to attach any artificial thing to it. But you'll see with these bank poles, a lot of times in the rivers and drifts and stuff, people will drill holes and stick them in it and stuff. You just gotta be careful, make sure that log's not wet or it'll swell up. And if it swells up, it'll lock your pole. And you have to cut it off. You're gonna lose 4 or 5 inches, however much you stick down in that stump. You won't be able to pull it out. So be careful about that.
Joe said he made 10 homemade poles with PVC, but he'll order some of the bank poles as soon as they're back in stock. Sam Bob.
The PVC ones will work. I don't know what size you made out of, Joe, whether it's 3/4 or 1 inch. I know of 30+ pound catfish being caught on PVC pipe.
That's Martin.
Huh?
I knew he had said his name. Okay, Martin, I believe, Sam Bob, I think he's Martin. My father and I used to fish the Mississippi River all the time before he moved to Farmville. We used to skipjack or bait, and some days we would just go skipjack fishing and then bag them for the freezer.
Y'all are using cut bait or what? Who's this we're talking to? Martin?
Martin, I believe that is Sam Bob. I knew. Takes me a minute. I remember all of y'all coming into, like, on our videos.
Yeah, the names and handles kind of throw us off sometimes, y'all.
Yeah.
Daniel, I was just gonna try to get this in there where,
Flies don't get on it.
yeah,
Yeah.
for Dylan or whatever. This one's already seasoned.
Probably do.
That I
So,
can.
that's, huh?
I can, if you're gonna get this later, I'll just shut the lid on it.
Yeah, I'll go
Is that
put that
fine?
up. Because you got that question to answer.
No, I'm gonna show, we're gonna go over them, landmines too.
Now y'all get to talk to me. So, Richard, thank you for watching our videos. He stepped away for a minute. See, I keep up with y'all's names. I try to. I watch y'all. I see all comments on our videos, our shorts, in the lives. So I try to keep up with the names. Dang, Richard, back surgery. Hope you feel better. He's coming back. Martin said yes. Cut bait. Wait, where'd he go? Sorry, y'all. He'll be back. Oakley doesn't know where she's gonna go. Y'all cannot see her. She keeps going back and forth. Martin said yes. Cut bait.
Y'all don't drink these, they're bad for you.
Focus on the situation at hand, brother.
I got like a couple days left that I
You're
can
asking.
cook like, yeah, I got it.
They all drink Cokes too. Sweet tea.
Everybody that says skipjack, that's like, I know several people with catfish, that's their favorite bait. So, I'm gonna change this angle a little bit. Maybe. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have went that low.
Yeah. They can't see. Now they see.
Oh, I'm coming way closer.
Now y'all see Oakley.
Because we're gonna go over a couple things.
That's what it was.
I don't know. Where's all of our people at? We only got 70 people on there. What's the deal? Because it's Sunday, clear skies, everybody's out doing something? Probably.
They catch 20 to 30 pounders.
We can't,
Rick says hi. Rick James.
I wish that we could schedule the lives better, like a regular schedule that would help with a number of people that come in and watch the videos, but that's impossible for us to do due to
Work schedules.
weather,
Life.
us running around. I am working on a new area or station that I can build, like tie my crappie jigs and stuff. So I'm hoping that I worked on it. I am working on it. I worked on it. Did I not work on it? Anyways, I'm working on it. I have acquired too much stuff. I had to clean up an area, and we're gonna try to set up a desk. I've got a desk to where we can go live in there, tie jigs. We can do it at night, whatever, or maybe even other stuff like this. Build a little workstation that we can sit in there and go live and talk while we're doing some of this stuff. But anyways, internet's an issue. Our work
It's not
schedule,
near as bad. Our internet is not near as bad.
Internet's better now. Here it is.
Yeah.
But we still got the work schedule to deal with.
Yeah. Life.
Sometimes, life, the weather. Sometimes we get behind on content. We try to stick to that schedule, releasing a video every Sunday morning. So to do that, sometimes we got to go out and shoot some video footage, and that's just part of doing what we do. We could not do that. It's impossible to stay on regular. Anyways, I gotta go get some scissors. I'll be right back. Thought I had some in
Now
here.
y'all get to talk to me. Y'all don't forget, hit that like button. Yeah.
And share. Let you. I guarantee you, everybody watching right now. If we got how many people's on there?
71.
We got 71 people watching
That's
right
what I'm
now.
saying.
That's not who's watched part of the video, because these things get a little long. That's just the nature of lives. But I guarantee you, everybody watching knows somebody that has not watched our channel. So y'all fix that for us. I'm gonna go get some scissors. I'm gonna show y'all some stuff.
We met somebody this weekend. He subscribed while I was telling him about it. He's watching. Hello. Oakley is still wanting my food that's right here. Come here, Oakley. Come and say hi. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Oakley, you gonna tell him hi? Her tail's so big. Oh, we had some people leave.
How many,
Here's Oakley.
how many left? We got people leaving?
100 left.
Oh, this one looks okay. Not sure what's up with this one.
Well, I saw somebody ask about a hook. Did you answer that question on the video?
What they say?
Well, it wasn't on this. It was on that video
What?
about what size hooks.
Oh, I'm only gonna answer questions about this live on here. We'll answer that in the comment section. Show y'all something I noticed.
Bradley is a jack of all trades. That's what he does.
Show y'all something I noticed right here. See if I can get y'all to see this. I don't know, it might not show. I'm trying to look at it. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. You see, maybe y'all can see this hook right here. The point is turned outward.
Yep, we can see it.
This one right here, somehow or another got bent inward. That's not going to catch a catfish. I'm not sure what in the world happened to that one, but I've got to change that hook out. That is one of two of these frenzy hooks that I've ever seen bent. I've only ever seen two of them. Not sure how that happened. Maybe with pliers and us trying to dig a catfish off something. I'm not sure. But this is our limb lines. It's pretty simple, y'all. I don't know. I'm not liking this one because it don't have a swivel. So
Paul likes to watch the hoop nets. Yeah, we pulled up our nets last Sunday
we'll try to get them back in though.
for too long. The river was just bad. says, I envy y'all. The saltwater intrusion where I'm at is getting out of hand where he's at. Taylor, you've been following for a while. We look forward to everybody's comments. We know if you don't send us comments, something's going on.
Show y'all this real quick. That's a weight that we make. I have a mold for these. You'll break all kind of drill bits trying to drill those. That's a store-bought one. Either one of them will work. Either one of them will work. It's all you need for a limb line. I'm trying to find my swivels, y'all. Why am I not seeing my... Got a bag of swivels somewhere.
I'm just sitting here reading y'all's comments to me.
Well, here's an old swivel that one work.
They ain't in the tackle box, are they?
I don't know where they're at.
Well, you're up. Oh. No, they wouldn't be in there.
Oh, here's one.
What about
Some on the bottom here. I gotta clean the buckets out. That's our swivels. Maybe y'all can see that.
Did you check in that other bucket? White ice chips that's in there?
This hook is no good. So this one gets discarded. Just cutting it off. Maybe y'all can see in the video, y'all be able to see several ways to do these swivels, y'all. Seen quite a few ways. This is a overhand knot. Seen somebody do an overhand knot in a video like on TikTok yesterday or something. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Then you can just, alright, that ain't gonna work for our line. So that's why I don't do overhand knot. Now I know why.
Why?
Because the line double wouldn't go through the eye of the swivel. So I run this through like that. I got my swivel in here. This one's got knots, and that's fine. I'll show y'all in a minute. We're just repairing some right now. I normally just tie a bowline right here. Tie my swivel on there. Like that. Like a swivel for blues and channel cats, you know. These blues and channel cats are going to twist up on you. Bad about it. Cut off a little bit of it. Don't need that no more. And we always like to just burn these ends and mushroom them so it don't fray. Or just burn it and leave it. But
Hello, Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill got on there.
Yep. Okay, Joe said, just check my homemade poles. I use 1/2 inch PVC, so I may need to redo those.
Yeah, we'll have to look at that, Joe. I'm not sure. I think a lot of them use 3/4. I've got some stuff that may be, I don't know. There's some stuff you can do on that.
Rick says, would like to see you make some weights again. That we could probably do live.
We'll go on and use this hook up. There was questions about
What size?
What size hook. Yeah, that one right there is a 8/0. You'll catch a big fish on that 8/0 right there. No problem at all. We'll come in here, same deal. Kinda, not the same deal, I'm sorry. Show y'all how I tie the hook on. You want to go in from the front side of the hook, and I'm going to drop a video out that'll stay on the channel on this too, because people aren't going to come watch it live to see this, but I figured I'd show y'all. I throw a hitch. All that is a hitch. Y'all can see right there. around that hook, and my name for this is a modified snail because it's a snail principle. Y'all can see how the hook turned up right here. Are they able to see that?
Well, you kind of went fast on doing that.
You see how if you come in from the front of the eye, the hook will turn up. If you come in from the other side, it'll turn out like that. And when that pulls, it would go right through a fish's mouth and not hook him. You want this thing to set up like that.
Yeah. See that?
So
Putting it right.
we'll pull that tight, pull that one tight again, pull that one tight one more time, and then we're going to go right back around again, and it's just a hitch right around the shank or shaft of the hook. That's all it is, just a hitch. We'll pull that one tight also, pull both sides tight, cinch that down real tight, and then we'll cut that tag in right there close. Y'all can see me cutting that. Then I'm gonna burn this. I may have to show y'all the finished results because the wind's getting me.
I might have to scoot up some so you're up closer.
Normally do these inside, y'all, but I knew
Help me.
you mushroom that, y'all, maybe y'all can see that. You mushroom that right against that hitch. Well, all the strain is against that knot, you know. That fish ain't gonna pull out this backside. So that ain't coming loose right there, y'all. You pull on it as hard as you want. Put it on a truck, whatever, you'll break that. And these frenzy circle hooks, never had any issues with them straightening. They're sharp. They just catch. I don't know what else to say. We don't get nothing from Frenzy for selling their hooks for them. You know, we're not sponsored by them or anything like that. But they work. But whatever hook you decide, I would recommend circle hooks for sure. Here again, we'll pull that down a little bit. I tie a bowline and I just make me a loop like this. Maybe y'all can see what I'm doing. Pull that over and under till I form like, I call it like a figure eight or whatever. Then you go through one side, back through the other. Pull that up kind of sort of tight, and then pull the slack out. Tighten that side up, your tag in, tighten it down good. Same thing, I always like to do a little backing, just a mushroom right here on that side. I'm listening if you're still getting here.
I would move up a little, so then you, like, figure it out.
Maybe y'all can see.
It takes a minute, because what I'm seeing,
A little bit of delay. This don't do real good outside, y'all.
go up with,
Oh,
right about there.
y'all definitely see you don't want to let it get into the other string either. Then I just take the side of the lighter, mushroom it like that. This helps it not come through there. And all your string's gonna be pulling against that knot. It's not coming loose. So that's one limb line rigged up. Normally we wouldn't have these knots here. I just wasn't going to redo that one. This weight would just slide down against this knot here. And that's it, right there. And then I always just keep an old roll of electric tape with me. And this number only on these any kind of hook device. So starting to warm up out here, y'all. Anyways, I'm gonna start putting my flag in directly on my limb line, and I'll probably put it right here at this knot, because that knot's what we pull to untie our limb line. We just use a slip knot. Showed that in today's video, y'all. If y'all hadn't seen today's video, probably want to watch that one if you're going to do some of this type fishing. I'm not really focused too much on the bank poles today as far as talking about them and stuff, because we're going to come back and do some bank pole stuff. We'll do some on the live too, probably. Some fixing, repair. You always got to keep this gear fixed and ready to go. But we'll just take this limb line here. I honestly don't have no certain length. I've got some short ones for fishing shorter, you know, where a limb's low to the water. I've got some deep, long ones for fishing where there's a limb 5-6 foot and I want to put a bait. I always just kind of look in my bucket, figure out what I want, and roll with it. But what we'll do, we just I roll up all of that right there on my hand, my limb line,
Okay.
like that. I'm listening.
Ronnie Daniels said, I use a whole handle to bank fish from North Arkansas.
A what?
Use a whole handle to bank fish.
Pole handle?
I think he means pole. Darn autocorrect on these phones.
That's it
I
right
mess
there.
up everything. Okay. Mr. Bill also says, looks like y'all are having pretty nice weather. It's been amazing.
Finally.
We're getting showers again this evening.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We might end up getting some showers. I'm not sure.
My phone was giving a bunch of weather alerts for South Arkansas yesterday.
We end up with our limb lines in this bucket right here. So what I'm doing today is going over, or what I'm starting to do is go over a bunch of these limb lines and making sure all of them are ready. We have some, this is just old hooks I've had for a long time. They're old J hooks, just big stainless, like 10-aught J hooks. That one's sharp, ready to go. We fished it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going over all of these, making sure they're ready. And I got me a little marker right here. If they're sharp and ready to catch a fish, I'm not gonna worry with trying to retie them or anything like that. It's the ones that need work done on them that I'm working on today.
Y'all don't forget, hit that like button. Tell us hi in the comments where you're from. A lot of people told us already. But if you just came on here, we made crawfish and shrimp poboys. And now Bradley's working on limb line stuff. We've been chit-chatting.
What do I do with this one?
Nothing, it's just been sitting there.
It's ready to go, ain't it? Yeah, we just chatting today.
Shooting the bull.
Shooting the bull.
Again, Peanut has made it home. We can't let her out because she'll go after some squirrels. She's ready to roll. I was gonna let her out the other day, and I'm like, no.
And if you do use a loop like on this one, that's fine, but make sure your eye on your hook is big enough and you can at least come in from the inside. inside the J. But that one right there will catch. Yeah, these circle hooks are just a game changer, y'all. They're legit. Circle hooks are the real deal. We've got a lot of these hooks that are sharp, ready.
Is that what you would use for
ready to go.
the trot line?
That'll catch fish, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time like redoing them. What's that?
Like, do you use these same kind of hooks for like the trot lines? Better hooks? What kind of hooks do you use?
I like stainless for trot lines myself, but we've got some that aren't stainless. I don't use these circle. I've never used these circle hooks on trot lines. I'm not gonna
Put it on jugs.
say for sure like should you do that or not, because honestly I don't really know what you should do there. I know we've accumulated a bunch of junk down in the bottom of this bucket that don't need to be in here. I see swivels down in there.
That's what I was gonna say. You'll probably find your swivels. Wanda, I believe I'm saying it correctly. She said hi and that she's from Florida. Love y'all's videos. Thank you.
I might get this up here where I can see it.
You might need a new lid. That one kind of freaking.
Look, we got sticks and all kind of stuff in here.
Or electric tape.
Can't never have too much
I think I have
necessities.
electric tape in my car. We got them in every vehicle on the four-wheelers. It's almost like duct tape.
There's probably my swivels. There is my swivels. I found them. Look, we even got more flagging
Okay,
that we didn't know we had.
Mr. Ronnie says I use a garden hole to bank fish with will not break. To bank fish will not break.
I've even got trot line clips. I'm not sure why we got that in here.
Now we're just cleaning out buckets.
Well, this is maintenance. Need to be done. Besides that, none of this stuff should have been in this bucket anyways.
Okay. Mike says put your homemade weight underwater when you drill it, and the bit won't bind up as bad.
Water?
Water. It's good to know.
What did I just do with them swivels? I just had them.
This is an everyday thing for us. He sets something down and forgets where it's going, where it had been.
Look, I have no idea where that come from. We need a trash can. Like, pretty bad.
Okay, go get us a trash can. I go get us a trash can.
Small will be fine.
Come on, girl.
About 3 years of like sticks and stuff in these. That's a Gamakatsu octopus hook. These are really, really, really good hooks. The only reason I don't use these on more limb lines and stuff is because look at that eye up there. It's small. So you really got to work to get a very big trot line twine, or
We use this.
yeah, that'd be fine. You can't get a very big twine in that hook. But if you can make up some with that one, they will catch.
Okay. Mr. Bill says he means he uses a garden hoe handle for a bank pole.
Yeah, that works.
That would be really good. Are you gonna shell it?
Only thing what we're trying to do though, what I can say, something solid like that don't have much give to it. So what we're trying to do is once that big fish hits, he gives a little bit. So when he's making his runs, that pole's flexing and he's fighting, he's wearing himself down and not breaking, pulling the hook off or breaking the line. These real big fish, 30, 40 plus pounds, they hit the end of that line. If it straightens out and don't have a little give to it, a lot of them will pull off, tear out, bend the hook, pop a line if the line's not in real good shape. A lot of stuff can happen there. But that's what we're kind of trying to, per se, avoid, or that's what we're trying to kind of rig around is making sure that I'll show y'all. That hook's probably good for one more fish. It's sharp. That's some smaller hooks, and what we'll do with those is a lot of times we'll use those for goldfish. You know, if we're just trying to catch some blues or something, a lot of times those will get goldfish on them. That one's good to go. We're just making a round on our bucket, making sure all these hooks are ready to catch. That one's sharp. We've got some that need redoing. These are all sharp. That's just a small shank J hook right there. I've caught quite a few fish on that hook, on those hooks. I think they were mustads, if I remember right. I think those were mustads. We got a little bit of everything in here. We're phasing a lot of them out, going to the frenzies. We just see some really good stuff for the frenzies. Y'all can see on that one I put like 4 hitches on that one. But that'd be, of course, for a big bait. But yeah, we caught one of our flatheads on one of those hooks this weekend. Another small one. Be good for like a goldfish or a small brim. I like to keep some of those mixed in the bucket because all your bait's not going to be the same size. You know, if we go brim fishing, a lot of those baits will be smaller baits. A lot of these are already.
I think we only had a couple.
Yeah, we had a few that we need to rework. All I'm doing now is going through and, like, this one's probably ready to go, but it's a little bit dull. So I'll take my diamond rock, hit it a little bit, make sure it's good and sharp. I don't know, I'm really not liking that one. Probably gonna make room in the bucket on that one. Just take it out, do away with it. And we're going after big fish, so we go into these big circle hooks. I think that's a 9/0 frenzy circle hook right there. That tends to be a real good size for us. That hook's not the sharpest. You'll want to check these hooks. I mean, if you get a bite, you don't want to lose him just because your hook wasn't sharp, you know.
So, Mr. Ronnie says, Brad, watching y'all from Lake I'm going to spell it Eufally in Oklahoma.
Eufaula?
Eufaula?
Is that Eufaula? I've heard a lot about that lake. Never been on it. I think it's pronounced Eufaula. Look, if we catch one or two on one of these hooks and it gets dull, we'll just change the hook out, you know.
Mr. Bill says with a springy bank pole, it's not easy for the big fish to rip the hook out, correct?
That's correct, Mr. Bill. That's why we're using these fiberglass rods like the ones from Frenzy and the ones from Opelousas bank poles. People homemade make them out of PVC and different things. Yeah, you want a little spring action, you know, if you got just a stump. A lot of people used to use like rubber inner tubes or these bungee straps, springs. I've heard of springs being used. A lot of different stuff could be used. I like that one a little bit better. Probably not ideal, but see, this is some of my goofiness here. And this is what I'm going over. I don't want to set any any lines and not have a chance. So y'all can see I tied that one on there with a, I don't know. It's not, we're gonna redo this one. It's a good hook, good weights, but hook sharp. But we're gonna redo that with our snail deal. You can see how this one's just naturally sitting back. We want it to sit like that. So I don't like that one. We're going to cut this one off and redo it. All of these are getting redone. I don't know why I put this one up here. Well, because that one's not tied right either. So yeah, those are getting redone. Those little mustad hooks were really sharp. We actually did not put any of those out the other night, but I'm not sure why. They're good hooks. These wires. You ain't helping me talk.
I'm watching the comments. Y'all keep the comment section active. Yeah.
That one's good to go. How many people's on
Right now we have, watching on mine, is 68.
there? What time is
It is 4:46. Travis hasn't stepped in there.
Probably because it's a pretty day and he's got things to do. Yeah, we didn't expect to have a ton of people right up in the middle of the day. People taking a nap.
Oh, a nap sounds good.
People,
that's what
pretty
Oakley's doing
day.
right
People's out mowing the yard and fishing or
now. Flying a kite.
church activities. A lot of stuff going on Sundays, y'all. We know that. So we weren't expecting like the normal amounts as we get in the afternoons. And you just, that's that octopus hook again. Gamakatsu octopus hook. Very sharp hook. But y'all can see I tied this one again with a bowline. I don't like the way that one's tied. So we're going to all of those are getting redone. That's what we're doing by checking all these hooks, is up in our hookup percentage or hook rate. So there again, that one's the same way. Y'all can see.
Mike says, I just watched y'all's limb line video that a 6-pound flathead with a mudcat in its mouth was wild to see. That was definitely wild.
That was Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike. That's today's video. That just come out today.
Brad, you, Danielle, have the best hunting and fishing videos right now. Thank you both on YouTube, period. Thank
Well,
you for the
We appreciate
support.
that. There's other good channels. but we
Yeah.
appreciate that. I don't know. We'll see where it goes over the next year or two. Over the next 2 years, it's gonna kind of be a.
Godspeed. It's Godspeed.
It doesn't grow at the rate we want it to.
We rush his timing, it won't work out for us.
Yeah, this one's good to go. You always want to see these YouTube channels blow up or something like that. We're doing good. It's nothing to worry about. But we'll see where it goes the
Is that foul?
next year to 2 years.
Brad, have you ever fished in Lake North? Oh, I want to say foul.
Foul?
I said foul.
F-O-U-K-E.
No, F-O-L-K.
That'd be
In,
wolf folk. I have no idea what
in
it's
Mountain Home, Arkansas.
Nope, never been there. Never been there. Never been there, never heard of it.
That was from Mr. Ronnie. Nice day in Florida today. It is very pretty here in North Louisiana.
Well, it's
Very pretty.
super pretty day right now. I don't know. There's some clouds. We could get rain this evening. I'm not sure. But, you know, these little scattered thunderstorms don't really mess the fishing up. They don't hurt it
Fish
at all.
are already wet. That's what I tell Bradley all the time. Fish are already wet.
That one's good to go.
As long as we have no lightning, we're good. Okay, Taylor Bernard said, okay, Miss D, I know you use noodles, but do you use catfishing with jugs?
I mean,
I'll let Bradley answer.
that to us, that is our jugs. You're gonna see some jugs. We've got about what 22-liter Coke bottle saved.
Thanks to Dylan.
Yeah, thanks to our son and his Coke habits.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
Get it
Dr.
right.
Pepper habits. But anyways, you're gonna see something with those come out this summer, hopefully. But I don't want to spoil it too much. But we're gonna go after some big gar. We're gonna target some big gar this summer, hopefully.
And big catfish.
Good Lord
I
willing.
like catfish.
But
I like
it'll involve those jugs, but it's gonna be a little more to it than just tying them on a jug. You see a lot of people do that. We're gonna take it back to old school gar fishing methods. Old school commercial fishing garfish methods. And
Do we trout
see
fish?
how that video does. Talking about like rainbow trout.
Well,
or
we went to
whatever.
Oklahoma. It's been years ago. The kids were little, and we went on just loaded up one Friday and went on a road trip. Did that one time on trout. Our park, Crawley Park, has trout in it.
Yeah, they put some trout. You know them trout. I don't know them. Them trout to me ain't the best eating. They're okay.
Are they better than bass?
Probably not, in my opinion. But you know,
I want to try carp. I want us to try that. I'm willing to give it a try.
so we
Rainbow
had.
trout and brown trout.
So, in my opinion, the stuff that I preach and tell people how to fix all their stuff, we just went through all of our hooks on our limb lines, and I took about 10 hooks out of my bucket. I got 26 that what I would call good, ready to put a bait on limb lines. So this video we fished, we probably was fishing some hooks that we didn't even have any business fishing, or wasn't fixed the best way they could be fixed. And that's what we're going to be redoing over the next few days.
Do you whack the gar in the head with a hammer before you bring them in the boat?
We're going to do something.
Bradley just flops it. He boat flips it.
I see, yeah, we're going to do something with them. They're not just coming in there like they normally do. I can tell you that much.
Something's gotta happen.
That one's doable. Those hooks were pretty good hooks. What y'all think about bow fishing? What would y'all think if we did a?
We haven't did that in a long time.
What would y'all think if we did a bow fishing video? And be honest about it. How about we go bow fishing, and whatever we kill, or whatever we shoot bow fishing, whatever we catch, we cook it and eat it. So whether it be buffalo, gar, carp, we go and shoot and cook bow fishing trip. Old school bow fishing, maybe with like headlamps instead of the generator. See, the problem we got with the generator and all that and videoing is very, very noisy. So if we do this, we're gonna have to set up some light in the boat where y'all can see us and what we're doing. And we're probably gonna use the Cajun lights and try to go bow fishing. We actually just got our bows restrung and set up. I hadn't bow fished in years, and we was thinking about adding that back into the content. So let us know what y'all think on that idea. Could be something y'all see pretty soon.
Yeah.
If y'all think that'd be a good idea.
Heather said, yeah, would love to see that video.
Think that'd be a good one, Taylor?
Bill said, I like watching bow fishing. Okay. Ronnie said, Brad, is your favorite bottle to fish with Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or Coke? It better be Dr. Pepper because
Yeah.
that's
About all we got is Dr. Pepper.
that is all Dylan drinks.
Yeah, this boy's a Dr. Pepper addict.
Yeah, he loves his Dr. Peppers. So pretty much that's all we got. Every now and then we'll buy one for us.
See, why didn't we put a
Not
swivel?
Dr. Pepper.
We didn't put a swivel on that one. Now, flathead, to catch a flathead, you really don't have to have a swivel, y'all.
Bill says that will definitely sharpen your bow skills.
Well, I'm thinking about doing it anyways, Mr. Bill, because I've got if we draw our elk tags this year, me and the cousin and a friend of mine are probably going to Colorado this year elk hunting with archery equipment, with a bow. So definitely going to be a plus if we get some bow shooting in to get my strength built up in my for shooting a bow. And I got to get in shape, so probably this month's the last month I'm going to allow myself to drink any Coca-Colas.
Cokes are not good for you anyways.
Yeah, I'm going to have to cut them out after this month, because we're going to have 4 months. If we draw this tag, we'll know, when does the draw happen? We'll know 1st of June, won't we? Danielle's not going this year. She's probably going to go next year. Rain, sleet, snow, whatever. She's already saying she has to build her vacation every 2 years to be able to take 2 weeks off and go elk hunting.
I don't really have to have my vacation there. I just like having it there.
Yeah, she's got grandson and stuff like that. She's taking time.
And this time that they're going, that falls on Dylan and Caitlin's birthday. And as old as they are, grown adults, I still like to be here for their birthday. Yep. Okay, so bow fishing would be awesome. I think so too. I mean, we could go to the river
11 off frenzies.
and bow fish. And what if you get a Gaspargoo? You gonna eat a Gaspargoo?
If you don't want to eat it, you better not shoot it. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think a Gaspargoo would be your first shot. I get a carp. I really want to try a carp. Let's see. Ronnie said, Brad, love y'all's videos. You have a good sidekick. Thank you.
She's alright.
May God bless you both. Love to church. God is good. Off to church. Probably meant off to church.
Off to church, yeah.
Yeah. That would be a great video talking about the boat fishing. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to put the e-bike away and start walking now.
True. But, you know, with the e-bikes, you can pedal assist, and I'm actually probably going to train some with the e-bike this year, just because we got a lot of hills and stuff, and I can get on that, and, you know, you get to be our age, like, we got an exercise bike, and I'll do some of that, but just to get the wind in my sails, I'll probably hit the road some and get out there and utilize the e-bike just to help get in shape. Just like to get out sometimes and see the outdoors and all that good stuff. So that'll probably be some of my training this year, I'm sure.
Took a lot of training getting it. That's what Rick said. Left it at the last.
A lot of training for what?
For the e-bike. Well, I guess to like
Colorado?
Colorado.
Oh, for sure. Colorado's tough. This wind tears me up.
Especially whenever you got snow and it's up to your knees and you're walking through that.
Yeah.
Up the mountain.
Probably won't have that in archery season though.
Whenever the snow is up to your knees and you're walking up a mountain, then you go across, then you have to go down the mountain.
Well, last year Danielle went, we had 16 inches of snow.
Then
It was tough.
whenever you're coming back down the mountain carrying elk and everybody's sliding and you're sitting there going, please Lord, don't let me slide. And then they got out the view and shoom, down that hill I went. Never looked up. Then I got up and started walking before anybody saw it. That was me and the good Lord.
This kind of stuff I'd be able to sit there and do and talk to y'all. We'll get this new live station set up. I think it'd be nice to have this indoors where we can do this.
Let's see. They aren't going to have pedal assist in those Colorado mountains. That's lucky.
Well,
Just found your channel today. Love all your fishing videos and cooking. Also, proud to hear a prayer over your food. Keep those lines tight. That's from Aaron Jones.
always, and thank you.
Rick,
Yeah.
Richard Sims says, do y'all sell your shirts and caps and cooters?
No, none of our stuff is in cooters. We working on that. It's an ongoing process. We're working on setting up an online store. Y'all give us the feedback on there. We did this once, and don't know if the channel just wasn't big enough. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, we don't make a lot of money on merchandise. Just don't make a lot of money, so it's not like we're gonna make much doing it. That said, every little bit goes right back into the channel. So if somebody buys a hat, like we'll probably may make $3 to $5 depending on what hat it is, just to give y'all an idea. I'm upfront and honest about this. We're not gonna charge prices on hats that are gonna, people think a hat like this right here, we're gonna give a shout out to to Joe, Mr. Joe and Amy, Bayou Threads in West Monroe, Louisiana. They made this hat, and Mr. Joe makes all of our hats. We're working.
No,
Not that one.
I
I'm
just
not sure where
realized.
she got that one, but
I just realized
we're
it's
working
not
with them to set up a store, and it's coming out in the future. We'll have our website linked to it. We've done saved the website, right?
Yes, we got our domain set up. It's God's Country Hunting and Fishing.
Yeah, it's going to be God's Country Hunting and Fishing. We've got a little bit to do to the website. Gonna make some hats and whatever y'all want available. That said, y'all let us know in the comments on this what y'all think about the idea, what y'all would like to see. I like simple. This isn't one of our shirts, but I like simple shirts. I don't like gaudy shirts. My big thing is the hats. We're going to simplify the hats down to 3 or 4 hats. But every once in a while we might release like a special edition hat, something like that. Yeah, we did some stuff with some veterans, and we did them some special edition hats here a few weeks ago, and that was a big deal for us. But y'all let us know what y'all think about that, but we will be making them available. It's coming. We just had to get the channel up to the size to where it justifies doing something like that. A lot of time and effort goes into that, and if we don't sell but 10 hats, y'all can imagine that's not a lot of it's not our, we don't mind doing it, but it's a lot of work for like Mr. Joe or somebody to do, and then not sell nothing, you know. So that's our whole deal with it is if we're going to do it, we want to help out local businesses and the people that we work with, people that support the channel. And y'all always see like Mr. Joe and Ms. Amy in our comments and stuff like this because they support the channel. They like what we're doing. We've made friends through the channel with them, and a lot of other people out there. So if you see us using a product and we say something about the product in any of our videos, I can assure you, like, we're working with those people through the side to try to help them as much as they help us. So
Mr. Bill said he's just picking with you, Bradley. He hunted the mountains in Oregon for nearly 50 years.
I'd like to hunt Oregon. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but I'd love to.
And
Eventually.
then Mr. Ronnie Daniels said, Brad, one last text. We have elk here in Arkansas.
Yeah, y'all got some elk.
Mr. Bill said there's elk in Oklahoma too.
Yeah, there's elk in Missouri where I turkey hunted also. Keep these stainless hooks sharp. Y'all got to double check them. If you are using stainless, you want to keep these hooks sharp. Double check them, make sure something's wrong with them, cut them loose and redo it, you know. I'm not sure why that one was in the bottom. It's sharp, ready to go. I think that'll catch.
Is that one that's turned in? Or you
No,
put
it's
that
not.
one?
It's not turned in. I'm gonna hit it just a little bit on here, but that one will catch.
Yes. He said, is it Michelle, the dad to the Opelousas bank poles?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Yes, on that question about of who was that said asked that?
Mr. Bill.
Mr. Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Mr. Jeff is Mr. Dusty Jester owns Opelousas Bank Poles. Mr. Jeff is Dusty's dad. good people, just a small American business. That's the kind of things
They're
that,
not coon hunting.
yeah, they're in some of our coon hunting videos. Good people. Definitely good people.
Do y'all ever jigger pole fish?
I've never done that. I've never jigger pole fished. We call it jitter. I hear it called jigger, but it's jitter. Jitter poling is what I've always called it. Never done it. Thought about it a few times. Often thought about it. Yeah, I don't really like this setup here. Good hook. We'll take this hook off. This one gets redone. There's a lot of line on this one, so I'm probably gonna that weight would work. I might just drop a swivel.
The last elk I got was an antlerless draw tag. Hanging weight was 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all elk where we're at. Me and Danielle's both killed a couple bulls apiece. Cousins killed one.
Two.
Yeah, he's killed a couple bulls. Like, we killed our bulls. I just soon have a cow elk as I had anything. That cow, the bulls eat a little bit tougher, so, you know, for what it's worth, I'd just soon have a cow elk as I had a bull, to be honest about it. We're meat hunters. That's what we do. Y'all see that in the videos, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We go up and archery hunt. I've killed bulls. If we draw this tag this year, it's gonna be an either sex tag, and I'd be tickled to death to bring a cow back to Louisiana to put in the freezer.
Because y'all had to put in a different way this time as a group, correct?
Yeah, we're gonna be hunting a new area. Honestly, don't know much about the unit. We put in for a new unit from where we've hunted the last 7 or 8 years, but we feel like we've got enough elk hunting experience now that we can pretty much go in any unit and break it down and figure out, at least give ourselves a chance. Elk are migratory. Every unit has some decent elk in it, or most of the units do. I know the unit that we're going to has a history of good elk, so we'll see what happens, but that's our plan anyways. Kind of just want to go and see some new country, do something different. We bow hunted, me and the cousin, our first ever elk trip, and we haven't bow hunted since for elk. So something we kind of both wanted to go and do. Danielle would go, but she's saving her points. And this is kind of a guy's trip, but she's saving her points for a muzzleloader tag. And if she draws that, it's gonna be a guided, or I shouldn't say guided. I'll be taking her, and I'll be archery hunting while she's muzzleload hunting, possibly. Hopefully, that'd be what, maybe 3 more years, 3 or 4 more years. It's gonna take her that long to draw her tag. We'll see. What time is it?
Okay, there's a lot of Roosevelt elk in western Oregon is a quarter bigger than Rocky Mountain elk. There are a lot of public land in Oregon to deer and elk hunt. Meat hunting is what's up.
Yeah,
That's what we
meat. That's really. I mean, I've been a taxidermist since 2003. We've shot our deer and elk We got them on the wall. The horns it's nice. Don't get me wrong. We're not per se trophy hunters, but we like to kill a big deer just like everybody else. But that's definitely not like what it's all about for us. So
The grandbaby knows what to do with the elk or
easy. What you say?
deer.
Alright. But anyways, Daniel gets carried away sometimes. But look, we gotta get off here because
We gotta clean our Blackstone.
we gotta clean up. I gotta put up this mess. 'Cause I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna want their car parking spot back.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed
Andre gets on there after we get ready to get off.
what? I can answer a couple more
It
questions.
says hello Bradley and video.
Hey Andre, appreciate it, man. You're always in the comment section. Thank you for that. Looking down a lot, but I'm trying to keep from burning myself.
And the wind keeps.
The wind's tearing me up. That's why I'm having to hold it down like this. Put that mushroom on it. I'll show y'all this last one. This is one of the big J hooks that I'm redoing. Show y'all that last one. That's a big hook, so you'll be able to, if I can catch it, so y'all can see how we tied it. And y'all can see how it's turning, the hooks, the point's turning in, so when it slides through the corner of his mouth, you can see how much meat that grabs. Like that's the whole idea of the snelling, or like a modified snell, what I call this, but coming in from the inside of that hook. You gotta be kidding me.
Bradley, the alarm going off while y'all are watching.
That means I gotta get up. Hey, just in case I overslept.
Rick says, love your videos. We like doing our lives.
This is just an old piece of pipe. Wait. We'll reuse some of that stuff. I shouldn't throw this one away. We should save that. Might need that one day.
Yeah. That's Bradley's motto. Don't throw it away, you might need it.
They're gonna have, if y'all ever hear of me passing, they're gonna have a big rummage sale, so y'all be able to come get some stuff pretty cheap probably.
No.
Alright, there again, I'm on the bottom side of that swivel, and I'm just tying a bowline. That's my go-to knot. I use that knot a lot. It's just fast and easy for me. I tie it a lot, so it's just easy. No other reason. Right there. And you can tie a backing knot. I call it a backing knot. Just an overhand knot right against that bowline, and it won't come loose. And then just clip your end and burn it a little bit. You don't have to mushroom anything. That's all you got to do if you use that kind of a knot.
That's what Bradley thinks. He'll need it later. Gotta keep it. We'll need it later.
Well, that one's ready to go. That one should catch a catfish right there.
And I have to say, at least 90% of the time, we need it later.
Yeah, I use a lot of stuff. Takes a lot of equipment to shoot these videos too, y'all. A lot. So yeah, every little thing y'all do, watching the videos, the likes, the shares, that's all, you know, helping grow the channel is supporting the channel. So that's the last thing I'll say. I'll close on that. But every time you share it to a friend and they subscribe, that helps us that much more, because the likes, the shares, subscribes, the comments, all of that plugs into YouTube's algorithm, and that's what the watch time, the view time, how much time they're looking at all those numbers. Like today's video, they're we could see when it released, it wasn't doing that good. But what happened, the reason it wasn't doing good early is because it's an hour-long video. That's longer than we normally do. And it was taking a little bit of time. It was early before church, Sunday morning too. But it was taking a little bit of time for people to go in and watch the video. As they started to watch it and the view time come up, you seem like we see these trends that we can watch, how the video's doing. You can see it picking up. And what that's doing, that algorithm from YouTube is triggering off of view time. So watching through the videos and stuff, all you regulars, like that's huge. It doesn't matter if it's just our channel or somebody else's channel. That's huge for the channels. Some people will say, if you're not gonna watch a whole video, click on it, just let it run on your phone or something. But I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say watch a whole video. But that helps, and y'all don't know how much. But that's really what makes the algorithm trigger and send it out to new people. Without the regulars, it don't go out to see new people. But that's all I'm gonna say on that. Danielle just sitting back listening to me talk today. But I talk a lot, so it's not a big deal to me.
Mr. Bill says, I hear you passing Bradley. I'm hauling my butt down to have a good old wake party to celebrate your life. Blessings to all. Stay safe, my friend. We won't get on this subject.
Yeah.
It's already been a week.
Yep. Well, I'm putting up all that stuff because
Got something to do.
yeah, I got something I gotta go do. But it's all good. Look, we appreciate y'all. Hit the thumbs up button before y'all leave. Like, share the videos. God's Country Hunting and Fishing.
Keeping it real. Really real.
Keeping it real.
Bye, y'all. Laters.